Welcome to SVG-TV News for Thursday, December 14, 2017. I am Jennifer Richardson with the details. The Argyle International Airport, the AIA, welcomed the inaugural Air Canada Rouge flight earlier today, Thursday, December 14, 2017. It's the first scheduled international non-stop flight to the AIA since the air facility commenced operations on February 14 this year. On hand to welcome the aircraft and passengers to the AIA were Minister of Tourism Cecil Mackey and Chief Executive Officer of the Tourism Authority, Glenn Beach. The Air Canada Rouge service from Toronto will operate once weekly during the winter season until April 12, 2018. Using an A319 aircraft with a capacity of 136 seats. On May 3, 2017, Air Canada announced St. Vincent and the Grenadines as one of 6 new routes for the airline's winter season. A release announcing the new route stated that weekly flights from Toronto to St. Vincent and the Grenadines are available for purchase at aircanada.com and through travel agents. The SVD route was subsequently launched on October 25, 2017 at an event hosted in Ontario by Air Canada. That event was attended by SVG's Consul General in Canada, Fitzhuggins, and the Tourism Authority's Director of Sales in Canada, Shelley John. According to the Air Canada Rouge, its first long-haul international scheduled service to St. Vincent and the Grenadines offers new choices for travelers looking to escape Canadian winters. A call to action by the SVG Tourism Authority was launched in September. This included a taxi wrap promotion with 60 taxis in Toronto, as well as flight promotion with Canada Traffic Network. The latest visitor arrival report shows an increase of 10.4% in stay-over visitor arrivals from Canada for the period January to September 2017, accounting for 5,997 visitors, up from 5,433 in 2016. Minister of Tourism Cecil Mackey, who was on hand to welcome the Air Canada Rouge flight, says today is a huge moment for Vincentians and tourists alike. Mackey stated that SVG has a tremendous tourism product, noting that regular flights from Air Canada presents an opportunity to share SVG's treasures with the world.
This is a huge day for travelers in and out of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Over 10 years ago, this journey started with a reality call and then a vision. Yes, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we have a beautiful country. We have a gem. In fact, we have the gem of the Antilles. We are also aware of the fact that we have a very varied tourism product here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines as a destination. And we are also aware of the fact that we have probably the most hospitable people anywhere on planet Earth. But all of this together is not sufficient, because we cannot keep all of these positive attributes to ourselves where the tourism product is concerned. We have to have the opportunity to show off all of these positive attributes, and we have to be able to sell them.
The tourism minister took the opportunity to commend the staff of the Argyle International Airport for their work in having the facility operate at a high standard.
I listened to the comments from the persons who came off Air Canada Rouge, and without exception they indicated what a wonderful facility and what a privilege to be able to fly directly to the destination. The Argyle International Airport and the staff and members out here, they did their part. They would have established standards for themselves. They would have listened and read on terms of the requirements, security-wise, and also from the airlines to develop this into a key and important access in the Caribbean. And they made the necessary adjustments to meet all of these requirements where security and airlines are concerned.
In commemoration of Loyalty Day, the creation of the Bolivarian Alliance for the Peoples of Our America, ALBA, and the anniversary of the death of Venezuela's liberator Simon Bolivar, the Embassy of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela here in SVG hosted an event last evening at their headquarters to mark the momentous occasions. Dubbed Bolivarian December, the event, according to Venezuelan Ambassador to SVG Yuri Pimentel, marks the celebration of 3 historic occasions in Venezuela's struggle for independence and integration.
Years after that date, we remain faithful to his legacy. And that's why December 8 has become, for all Bolivarians and revolutionaries, the day of loyalty and love for Chavez. Time has shown that Commander Chavez was not wrong. With his departure for eternity, the internal and external enemies of the Bolivarian Revolution saw the opportunity to end the political, social, cultural, and economic process promoted by him. 174 years after the death of Simon Bolivar, on December 14, 2004, Commanders Hugo Chavez and Fidel Castro created the Bolivarian Alliance for the Peoples of Our America, ALBA, instrument of anti-imperialism, unity that is based on the principles of solidarity, complementarity, justice, and cooperation of the peoples of our America. St. Vincent and the Grenadines joined this integration project in 2007, being one of the first Eastern Caribbean countries to do so.
Pointing out that 2017 has proven to be a challenging year for his nation, Pimentel expressed gratitude for the continued show of support and solidarity by key allies such as SVG and other member states of CARICOM.
And we have many friends in the world. We all remember the battles for sovereignty that took place months ago in the Organization of American States, OAS, in which CARICOM played a fundamental role in the defense of Venezuelan independence, with the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines at the head of that contention of the imperialist pretensions. These elections, the Venezuelan people have managed to defeat the violence, to defeat the ambush prepared by imperialism, and we have demonstrated that what we want is peace, and to solve our differences democratically, without external interference. The opposition was forced to sit down and talk to the government, as President Maduro requested hundreds of times. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is, by the way, one of the countries that has joined as a facilitator of this dialogue. That next Friday 15, just a couple of days, we'll have a new meeting in Dominican Republic.
The Venezuelan ambassador further expressed hope for his nation, as well as the friendships gained through diplomatic ties to continue to grow stronger as they go forward into the new year and beyond.
No one said that it was easy to make a revolution. Facing enormous difficulties, we have resisted. But we have also gone on the offensive, generating new international relations and transforming our economy to end the oil dependency we have had for almost a century. 2018 will be a new year of battles and victories. Of utmost importance will be, without a doubt, the presidential election established in our Constitution. Next year we'll have presidential election in Venezuela, in which we are sure we will succeed again. But strategic triumph will only be possible if we continue to count with the friendship and solidarity of the peoples of the world.
As climate change continues to create immense challenges around the world, especially for small island developing nations, the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines continues to partner with a number of regional and international agencies, as well as engage local stakeholders in initiatives aimed at building the nation's resilience. A 4-day regional training workshop is underway here in SVG to equip various community development agencies with the skills to reinforce effective community engagement and development techniques in relation to tackling the effects of climate change. In his address at the opening ceremony, Minister with responsibility for community development, Frederick Stevenson, said along with a comprehensive disaster management plan, the government has undertaken other community development programs and projects as part of its efforts to combat the global phenomena.
Mobilization continues to partnership with NEMO and other agencies have been working with several vulnerable communities to implement disaster risk management strategies aimed at resilience building and the strengthening of livelihood opportunities. We are receiving technical and other support from both the OECS and the UNDP. The way support is through the multidimensional approaches to poverty project, the MDAP, and the Caribbean Catastrophic Risk Insurance Policy project. UNDP's support is through the Japanese Climate Change Partnership Program. Initiatives being undertaken through these projects include water harvesting, upgrading of roadways and drainage, developing community disaster contingency plans, sessions on climate change awareness, and identifying and strengthening livelihood opportunities.
Minister Stevenson said the 4-day training workshop will assist in enhancing the skill set of workers in his ministry.
In 2012, the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines completed its National Economic and Social Development Plan for the period 2013 to 2025. Under the areas of community development, the plan proposes comprehensive programs to facilitate sustainable development at the community levels, targeting the poorest communities. 2 of the strategic interventions proposed in the plan are to design and implement community development plans to facilitate community participation in national development. This workshop will help in building my ministry's capacity to achieve these, specifically as it relates to one of our result indicators for 2018, which is to develop 10 area development plans. The focus on capacity building for both stakeholder partners and the staff within the ministry is critical to an integrated and participatory framework for effective community and national development.
Also giving remarks at the ceremony was Minister of Agriculture Saboto Caesar, who stressed the need to adopt the concept of regional integration when addressing community development in regards to building climate change resilience.
And I'm happy that we are going to do that work. It's all well and good for us to bring together the community-based organizations, the NGOs, the state actors and the non-state actors. But we must always be aware that there is a strong possibility that we can see the entire devastation of our local network. It is going to call for a lot of remodeling, better use of technology, and for us to use the framework of our regional integration as it pertains to what is defined in the revised Treaty of Basseterre and the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas. I want to wish us all the very best.
The traffic department will be doing its utmost to ensure that pedestrians are able to use the sidewalks adequately, as well as to ensure that order is maintained throughout the busy Christmas shopping season. That's according to Inspector Henry Providence of the RSVG Police Force, as he spoke on radio in relation to work the department will be engaged in to maintain order on the streets of capital Kingston and throughout the island. Inspector Providence said while he recognizes that many streets are crowded with vendors, it would take a multi-sectoral approach to have the issue dealt with. He, however, noted that traffic cops will be doing their utmost to ensure that vehicles are not parked on the sidewalks of Kingston.
Recognize that the whole issue of dealing with the overcrowding of our sidewalks in regards to vending is not a situation that we at the traffic department alone can really manage. There has to be other entities involved if we are going to deal with the whole issue of vending in Kingston. That is a situation by itself. But in regards to parking on the sidewalk, again, it is quite clear that in regards to the law is saying that no parking should be done on the sidewalk. The sidewalk is for the pedestrians to walk. And it is quite sudden sometimes you see persons taking their vehicles, and in the position sometimes they put these vehicles that the pedestrians are not in a position at all to use the sidewalk. Now, again, I want persons to understand this, that we at the traffic department is not coming out this season to see how much money could make from you guys. We are there to enforce the law, and that is what we're going to do, irrespective of whether it's Christmas, Carnival, or the beginning of the year. We are going to enforce the law in regards to parking.
Inspector Providence said they recognize that there are some persons who are unwilling to utilize paid parking and warned against the practice of illegal parking.
And we have to move away again, Daisy, and we're seeing it again. The persons are also reluctant to use the car parks. There's a car park by the Midtown Board that was just recently erected. Prior to that, that area used to be filled with vehicles. But as soon as the car park was erected, we are seeing 12, 14 vehicles being parked. And persons are rather choosing to go and park illegally. Now, we at the departments for this Christmas, being it's a season of love and cheer, yes, we love you guys, but we still have to enforce the law. And we are going to come out very strong, very forcefully, all within the framework of the law this Christmas to ensure that parking is brought to some level of satisfaction. Because we cannot allow persons to drop their vehicle here, there, and everywhere as if there is no law or there is no authority in capital Kingston. So we are going to ensure that for this season, all parking, all illegal parking is brought to some level of satisfaction.
The police inspector also took the opportunity to warn persons against driving without a valid license and with an uninsured vehicle.
And I know once we meet you driving and you don't have a driver's license, then you'll be taken before the court. And I just want persons to understand also that once you're taken before the court of law in regards to an offense of this nature, that you can be disqualified from driving for a year. That is if you have a driver's license and your vehicle was not insured. But the fact is that if you do not have a driver's license, even if the vehicle was in fact insured, automatically it becomes uninsured because the insurance coverage will not be able to cover you who does not have a driver's license. And then you goes before the court under these circumstances would be then suspended from obtaining a driver's license for a period of a year. So if you're in the process, Daisy, as you are, let's say you are and you are met driving, charged with driving using an uninsured motor vehicle, then you would be suspended from obtaining one for a period of a year.
The Kingston Baptist Church is mourning the loss of its founder, Don Overstreet. Reverend Overstreet was a Baptist missionary who came to St. Vincent 40 years ago and started the Kingston Baptist Church on the 1st May 1977. Don Overstreet's work extended outside the Kingston Baptist Church. According to the church, he was engaged in social action across SVG in feeding programs, health care, provision of water facilities, skills training, etc. All of this was in keeping with Overstreet's motto, the whole gospel for the whole man. Overstreet is also known for his work with prison inmates, leading to the spiritual reform of many, including James Beebs Jarvis. It was Overstreet who orchestrated the now famous annual Christmas prison concert. Don Overstreet passed away in his home state of California. His funeral service is this Saturday. As the countdown continues to Christmas 2017, the various Nine Mornings communities are busy preparing to showcase their activities as part of the unique Christmas Nine Mornings Festival, which runs from December 16th to the 24th. As a well-known Christmas and Nine Mornings village, the Korean Nine Mornings Committee on Wednesday evening officially launched their activities and lights display under the theme Embracing the Spirit of Christmas, as they aim to bring some Christmas cheer to their community. Nikita Tony tells us more in this report.
4, 3, 2, 1. Lights! With some 40 communities set to take part in the 2017 Christmas Nine Mornings Festival, Vincentians and visitors alike will from this week witness the launching of numerous lighting up displays as well as other Nine Mornings activities. To this end, the Korean Nine Mornings Committee on Wednesday evening kicked off their celebration with the official launch of their 2017 activities and lights display. Applauding the consistent participation of the Korean Nine Mornings Committee, Deputy Chairman of the National Nine Mornings Committee NMC, Lennox Bowman, commended the committee members and the entire Korea community for their exceptional dedication and hard work throughout the years.
Winning on many occasions as well. I want to thank all those who toil hard in making sure that we have all these beautiful lights, which I'm sure we're going to see later. So I want you to take care of the lights. I want you to come out in 9 mornings, enjoy it, and make sure that when the winners come out this year, Korea is among the top.
Guest speaker at last evening's event, Stanley John, encouraged the gathering to embrace the spirit of worship, love, and giving this Christmas season.
Humbles us. It tells us that we are not all that we think, and that there is someone else bigger than us in charge. And so I ask you to embrace a spirit of worship, not because you are good, not because you are perfect, but because He is good and because He is perfect. Embrace a spirit of giving and love. So where there is hate, replace it with love.
Encouraging the youths to take part in the upcoming activities, area Representative Sinclair Jimmy Prince, in his remarks, expressed his hopes of having the continuation of the 9 mornings festivities in the community. As the celebrations for the festive season continue to roll out, Vincentians and visitors alike are being urged to go out, support and participate in at least one of the 9 morning community festivities across the country. Nikita Tony reporting for SVG-TV News.
Students at the Dorset Hill Government School received Christmas cheer today as they were engaged in fun activities at the school's annual Christmas party, sponsored by parent company of SVG-TV, SVG Broadcasting Corporation. Grade 6 teacher Gillian Brotcher said the yearly event is an important one and highlighted some of the activities the children were engaged in.
Well, what we normally have is that they would have a little eat up, right? So little snacks, and we sing Christmas carols, and hopefully they will be able to know as well what they would have done for the rest of the term. It's very important because every year they look forward to it. As a matter of fact, it has been going on even before I was here, and I started teaching here about 6-7 years ago. So I came and I met the tradition, and I can see the children are extremely happy every year.
Bradshaw also took the opportunity to thank SVGBC for its continued support towards the annual event.
Well, on behalf of the students and teachers and the rest of the staff of the Dorset Hill Government School, we would very much like to say thank you to the SVGBC for putting on this wonderful program for the students every year. We appreciate it.
Leroy Llewellyn and Erica McIntosh both won $500 vouchers redeemable at CK Graves as part of the Berger Paints Christmas promotion. Speaking at a handing over ceremony yesterday was Barbara Soso, who thanked the winners for supporting Berger Paints.
We really appreciate you supporting Berger, and we hope you continue to support Berger in the future. And this is our Christmas greeting to you, and happy painting, and we hope you will continue to buy Berger Paints. Thank you very much for your support. Continue to support Berger Paints, and I congratulate you on your winnings. This is $500 for your purchases from CK Graves and Company Limited. Enjoy your purchases.
Both winners expressed elation for the win.
I admit that when I got the phone call of being a winner, I said, a winner what? Because the person who called me from Barbados, I wasn't sure what it was all about. And she said, did you buy any paint at Lane's? I said, yes. She said, what paint? I said, Berger. She said, oh, the fact that you bought Berger paints, it entitled you to winning.
I would like to thank Berger. Actually, it's the first thing I've ever won in my life, and I'm nearly 100, so I have to say thank you ever so much, and I will continue using Berger. As a matter of fact, I ran out, so I have to go and buy more again. Thank you.
The Police Credit Union Christmas Caroling will take place this Friday, December 15th, 2017 on the grounds of the Central Police Station, commencing at 7:30 p.m. Since 2003, the Police Christmas Caroling Contest has been playing an invaluable and instrumental role in fostering a more harmonious relationship between members of the constabulary and the general public. There are 13 choirs participating in this year's competition, 7 in the senior category, namely Western Carolers, Eastern Carolers, Coast Guard Carolers, CPS Blasters, Auxiliary Police Carolers, CID Carolers, and Traffic Angels. In the junior category, the choirs are Barley Police Youth Club Carolers, Beckwith Police Youth Club Carolers, Sandy Bay Police Youth Club Carolers, Georgetown Police Youth Club Carolers, and Petty Bodell Police Youth Club Carolers. At Friday's event, there will be guest appearances from a number of artists, including Manzangi, who will be debuting his Christmas single, Genesis Steel Orchestra, the Police Drama Club, the Police Band, and more. This year's contest is being held under the theme Spreading Joy and Peace Throughout the Season.